Focus. What you wanna hear is what we gonna give. Nedi, focus. What you wanna hear is what we gonna give. Nedi, focus. What you wanna hear is what you gonna see. Nedi, focus. What you wanna hear is what you gonna see.
Welcome back to yet another episode of Nedi podcast. You must always subscribe. On YouTube we are Nedi Media and on Facebook Nedi Media, on Insta Nedi_media, on TikTok Nedi Media. Look, we are back with yet another guest on this lovable, incredible podcast, Nedi podcast. Let's welcome our very own Lalas Akulu. Lalas, do you mean?
Hi Miss K, how are you?
I'm good, man, and how are you and how have you been? It's been a minute.
I'm fine, fantastic, fabulous, HIV negative, circumcised and coronavirus free. Agena malwede ke abo monada. Yeah, nah, come George.
Hi, man. Stop it, I like it. All right, we've got Lalas Kholo, so I would just like to give you this platform to introduce our
defend this cow juta Miss K. I pretend they see for but they know me. Even the ones that don't know me, they pretend they don't know me. Even the ones that don't see me, they pretend they don't see me. As long as you have eyes, as long as you know something, you know me. If you don't know me, you know nothing. My name is Lalas Kholo. To introduce myself, Motswako Vandale Satsware Kone ke tlhaba ka mafuko ke tlhaba ka mabomo o sho tlhokele poloko ke mshimana go jinko poloko ane marotong ga bogile bone le ngwe ja go matome mo gadile khashane. So nna ke motho le go reng ke mongwadi. I'm a creative writer. You know, when we talk about a creative writer, we talk about people who write extraordinary things. We write in creative ways. We speak in parables and metaphors. We speak in rhythms. You understand? So I love music. I have passion for music. So I am known for music. I'm known as a rapper, but I decided not to be a rapper, but become more of a musician. I do poetry as well. I do podcasting like you, but mine is not like you. It's still small. And then I also do MC, public speaking. I'm also an activist, advocating for the rights of the young ones and the rights of the women that are constantly persecuted in this miserable country.
This is what happens when you get to interview a fellow hostess. Bye.
Oh, bye-bye.
Wow, what an introduction. You know, last I was here in the studio and then they asked me I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
The problem, no interview. No sad interview. No interview.
I get it.
You see, there are two different things. Yeah, but then
we thinking bona so mara ba re wa sa tsebeng Lalas a tsebe dilo e le go tlotla mo ke tlo tlema go tsebe Lalas ona la bota
Lena itsebe
ona la bota
ya go re lena o itsebe o santse.
So Lalas, we've got a lot to talk about. So quickly let's talk about music.
Yeah.
I
started my music in 2009 when I was doing grade 9. And that's when I recorded the first song with the group called Baobab. And then the song got an airplay on a national radio. And when the song got an airplay on a national radio, you know, a lot of, before the social media, we were always in the face of the people. You understand? Because now when you get to give people that attention, but that attention, everyone see an opportunity to use you. You understand? So from there, in the group that I was working with, I realized that, you know what, you can always work with people, but if you don't have the same vision, the same passion, you're not gonna go anywhere. And I decided to go solo in 2010. That's when I recorded my first solo. It was called I'm Hot. I was still hot, but I'm hot.
Hotter
you know what
people.
I'm saying, yeah. So I did that first song, I'm Hot, and people loved it. People in my community, they supported that song, and that's when I started getting gigs. I got gigs from, bakery. I don't want to mention like the brand because they're not paying us. They have to pay. So I started performing the youth programs. I was everywhere. I even performed for the government. And when I say the government, I'm not talking about the government. I'm talking about the ruling party. So I performed for the ruling party. And you're asking me if I've got paid. But I will ask you by who. You understand? Because by that time, I was Nikelongwana Skolo. I understand. So Nikelongwana Skolo and Khubangwana Skolo, and also new in the industry. All I knew was that I'm doing music because I love music. And that's why I say once you get recognition, people only see an opportunity to use you. So the local politicians from where I was, they would call me and tell me that there's an event somewhere.
They would call to use you.
Exactly. So here's the thing, Miss Kane.
Yeah.
There's a different ways of getting an artist to a gig. You can either call an artist or book an artist or invite an artist. So these three things, if you've called me, I'm coming to watch people who perform. Actually, you called me. You just called me. I'm coming because I'm responding to the calling. It doesn't matter whether I get there, perform, or I don't perform. But it's out of my choice. You understand? Then I said it's calling, it's inviting, it's booking. Then inviting, it means I'm a guest. When I get there, I expect you to... I'm there. But because you invited me, you might need to introduce me to the people. But that doesn't mean I'm going to work.
And also pay you.
No, I'm an audience now. I'm an audience. I agree you invited me. I'm also an audience.
You've been invited to...
when they invite you to a wedding...
Not for appearance.
No, they invite you to a wedding.
Okay.
How fika ko chata wena? Okay. Or obastoroi. Or waka kitchen wa tusha bo maka wapia. You are invited. You are a guest. Onna ko kai ko VIP section mara. You are not forced to work. You are invited. But now when you book me, I have to send an invoice. I have to send an invoice. One understand?
Yeah.
So these people, they will call me, but pretend as if they booked me. I remember this event. I was called.
Not laughing.
Mr. Julius Malema was being announced Kotef as a president of ANC Youth League. They were doing more of a visibility type of a thing, and there were artists performing there. I remember I performed with the fellow Winnie Khumalo, the lady the lady there. Grade 11, and I the dancers at Winnie Khumalo, they came to me and banyaka autograph after my performance. And that's when I realized, no man, I have an influence. I'm not just a singer who loves music. I feel like there's something special here. Why would the dancers of a celebrity who dance with the celebrity come to an ordinary school kid to take an autograph? Nedi is very blessed because you guys are the first people to hear this story. So I signed the t-shirt, they go, right? I performed, everybody loves me. I go home. And what I'm told, come meeting wa youth league, go hore, comrade, what's about when you are a member. Yeah. I cannot give about comrade, because you were volunteering, you are saving the organization. Were you told
initially that you were here to volunteer?
That's what they do every time. They won't lie to me. Every time they tell me I'm going to volunteer. Yeah. But I hey bra, this artist is a performer. We are go gigging. How wanna DJs boo aleda? Those people charge 40,000 boomer. And it was in 2011. And 20,000 it has changed bophelo ba DJs boo. Marna bophelo ba ka bo change. Especially ke lengwana grade 11. Understand? Because naphela ke le ko grade 11, ke be ke le ngwana le goreng like go tse ke sena batswadi. My parents they disowned me at the age of 8 because they couldn't take care of me. Yeah, they disowned me. They just left me at the farm. I was adopted by my aunt, and then my aunt who adopted me, when I got to grade 8, where I needed her the most, because now you understand the teenage stage, she passed on. And I had to raise myself. I had to be my mother and also my father. You understand? When I was in grade 11, the reason I repeated grade 11 3 times, and you know why? It's because the holiday program. Now go polokwane go nyaka mmereko. Ke lokela tile ke lengwana school wa understand go nyaka mmereko ko polokwane gore ke gone o dira ke reke uniform wa kwa sekolo, and it's not a normal thing gore ngwana sekolo a ithekele uniform because ngwana mo lo mo deserve ba le motswadi wa understand. So go dira ngwana mo so o mo berekisha for mmereko le gore they must be paid for wa understand. So now it's uri ke kwa ka mabarabara on the community right to king boy, but ba ba botsa gore wa volunteer, they go and charge on your behalf. Bafika ba re ke na le artist lina la gage ke Lalas a tour maybe 10,000 wa understand, because bale ba bangwa ke re mfetu ke di celebrity they will get ma 40,000 wa understand. And then Lalas ke nte wa understand this boy I tour so I get gore ne ba ke re bokae. I don't want to even estimate. I'm just estimating e ke re 10,000 wa understand. But you could see life ya motho move on ya gago ye Mr. Kila uswaka wa understand. So nna ke ira grade 11 I had to struggle and go through hang and all that while I'm working, because those people I was performing with, they got paid. I was supposed to get paid as well, you understand. But because I loved music, so until I got rescued by Ntate John Mpe, there's a I don't know, he's a mayor of Polokwane now, or you know, but he's big in the provincial thingy politics tsa go Limpopo wa bo. Ntate ole ana ke makala ha re bitsa na le chomi tsa ka o no le re fa 1,000 wa bo ke mo ke le mogileng gore no man this is the fiapatelo horror every time, because some of these events would get them through Ntate John Mpe wa understand. And ke ena na tla botsa batho gore comrades, these boys have to come and perform kai wa understand. But none of repealer so yeah, that's the struggle of my music. So throughout that, so I achieved a couple of things though. Yeah, as an artist. In the very same year, I was nominated for FM Hip Hop Heritage, where I was competing with Bomupedi, Motlakasi. You know, they were very influential rap artists in Limpopo by that time. So I was in top 3. Another thing happened. I understand. You know, when I was in top 3, you know, man, the vote is going to happen next week, and I knew or ke feta batho ka di vote, because I was nekele comrade le ge lore ne ke shaiwa ka manga business. But those guys, when it comes to vote Lalas, they would vote, and ne batla mpotsa batla ba Lalas, you know what, re buditse ma comrade or ba vote. And nna e ke tshele di radio na sekolo sa ka ne ba ntseba Manoshi High School, you know, ko Manoshi ne ba gone re, you know what, bana ba sekolo ka fela ba mvotele ba ngwale lina la ka ko chalkboard le number e ba swentse ba dial wa understand. Ko sekolong sa ka nna ma teacher ne ba gone stopa di class ba theletše radio le bana ba sekolo gore no Lalas today wa bolela ko radio. Na di demo tsa ka radio ne di submita ka ma teacher ka ILO wa understand. So ko competition ya nna ke tse ba re swentse re di final gape go winiwa di chelete mo le record deal le ntonto jigi hai na ke bona o sa dire next, and nna ke no bona rona le mushiga because I wanna see we on the radio or now what's happening wa understand. Even now I feel like I could go back, you know, to the radio station and be like, okay, I understand things may not have worked well, but ke kopa award se shupo sa go bontsha gore kile ka bafa wa understand. And if they don't give me that, it's okay, let them allow me to use their brand, and I will go and design my own award, because I won that award according to me. My votes were made, my sister. People have been voted for 5 weeks. Naketsenika first week I was already eliminated everyone. I was already in top 3 wa understand. I knew I was gonna neki kwa di vote Lalas Kholo mshimana mopedi wa understand. But nako kwa ai ke phonela ke the presenter ne be rekada by that time Makwena Magag. He calls me and be like, hey Lalas, the sponsors pulled back. Actually, I went to him and I said, bro, what's happening? Because, I used to go there, Kira the jingle, Tako radio, for his show. And then he told me, the sponsors pulled out. I didn't, but now I can understand, the competition, the sponsors, they pull out. But why did they pull out?
Because of Michigashika.
No, why did they pull out? I understand that. But now, I'm a bit of a journalist. I'm a journalist, so when I do my PR research, I get to understand how the business works. It means there's somebody who was supposed to win that competition. And because it was supposed to, I was going to win that competition, it had to be cancelled. I understand. Kiti challenge take ko pana le tsone as an artist also. Askisa go feature tsa re mputshise. Ba go role nna ke nna nako.
No, you are my fellow presenter, so I do understand. So in everything that you actually said, nkanye go tseba ka taba ya mental illness.
Yeah.
Li music. Di tsena byang di amana byang.
Yeah, ke go bona re really research. Scammers this one. Yeah, you are a journalist now. So since you get an award for journalist, you're doing amazing work.
Thank you so much.
I never thought, nobody has ever asked me that question in any interview. Mental health, it's an issue of all the artists, if all the upcoming artists. I have 14 years doing music. So imagine you have been called upcoming. Upcoming, you are coming. You're not arriving. All your life you are upcoming, coming. And you're not getting there, you understand? So not because of my own personal childhood unresolved traumas. I always had the issues of depression because I grew up in an abusive family where my dad and my mom would fight in the middle of the night. And in all 4 years, my young brother is 1 year, few months. And mama ka unatla topa naka letsogo ke sena le dieta ke sa apara dieta. And apopule moratho aka, then we ran to my cousin's family at 12 a.m. What could have happened on the way? My mom could have been raped or whatever, and she was raped at some point. And the fact that she was raped when I was there and I couldn't do anything, I was young. You understand? So there have been so many unresolved traumas that I couldn't deal with in my life. I understand? And I never spoke about a lot of things. So I never really thought I had a depression until that year, 2011. And there's... when I meet this disappointment, I'm busy, I perform, I should be having money, but school. And why because my parents been 8 years. Understand? And what's happening actually? Because my dad, after my mother's death, I only saw him 3 times. I saw him ka funeral ya mamaka. I saw him ka 2007. My auntie ampotsa hore, now because you are a pantsola dancer, o tlo senya dieta. Founela papa wa rekele dieta. Atla le a pair of All Star. And ibile e se ka gare ga box. Ke sa tsebe hore e tswa ka. But my dad phele ke motho wa mshika I knew batutsi da man. But and after that, since ke mona ton rekela ntwe ka 2009, and I decided that, you know what, my aunt is dead, I don't have any parent now, and maybe I should go and reconcile with my father. And maybe this is, I hope if my family see this, it will be for the first time they hear me talking this deep about my life. But they have to know why I can't reconcile with my dad. Not that I hate him, but the fact that the word hate, I learned it from him. How am I supposed to love him? You understand? Because when I went to see my dad in 2009, I was doing grade 9 and I was 18 years. Taka Nedi fetsa matric and next sanga ka failure by that time. My dad never took me to school. My dad doesn't know how I got the birth certificate. He doesn't know how I got the ID.
How did you get your birth certificate?
But the war between me and my dad is that I have to change my surname to my dad's surname.
Oh.
On whose birth certificate? You understand?
Did you?
I did. I can't.
You never.
I want to, but because you know why? What would force me to do it? Because as black people, we grow up knowing tabataba dimu and all that. Sometimes, because but I don't care. You know what? If it means I have to leave this country and change my first name, William, into Williams and make it my surname and go to America and start Williams family and be the greatest grandfather of the generation that is coming. Let it be. I don't owe any of my family anything because nobody was there. Nobody was there. I wasn't supposed to go to work when I had the family. Which family do I say that I belong to? You understand? So what happens is that with all these things in grade 11, when I got to grade 11, that's why I repeated 3 times. Because I didn't want school. I knew that my age is of the people who are working. And I have a talent. I have to pursue my talent. I deserve to be rich. I have to be rich. You understand? Because I see the potential. I'm a creative writer. I'm a musician. I'm a poet. People call me everywhere. Even if they use me, they wouldn't call me if I didn't have a talent. Why do they call me? Because they know I entertain their people. The problem is only that they call me for the wrong motive. So I was depressed by all these things. So I started trying to commit suicide. I used to bunk classes, go clinic, fever. Bumpy pills and then get overdose. And
for how many times have you tried to commit suicide?
I think I did this 3 times, got the pills, and no say next. Like nekitano di no ki feel dizzy nyana ke be sharp but they affected me in 2015, a year after my matric. In 2015, I remember the other day I was praying and then I collapsed. And I was alone. Because like the owners were working here in Gauteng, and then I had to go and it was an escape from the environment ya poverty. At least never romela dijo because go I mazambane from like
you want to be dead
from Jajila pay because ne survive kamtento wa magogo lo malome wawa. Malome is mentally retarded and my granny is old, getting mutendo batho ba bagolo. And magogo tšhelete we spend a good society, but we society. I don't understand why that thing is called society. And they call them Bapatela the society. And I used to say to my granny, we once had this conversation with my granny, and I said, Gogo, not because ke roba la fase mo lebatong ka lapa ile one a ke na sponge. And when opatela the society tše dintši ge ke itlo gwa mo o tlo mpoloka ka casket na are I agree that's the reason ke patela logic ka moka
so sokole o phela o bulitwe ka casket o tlopetse
wa tsore ke le moeng wa tsore koko casket e tura more than 3 times the single bed you can buy me now when I'm still alive. Because when I'm dead, the people who come to my funeral are my enemies. They are the one you're going to impress because you're going to give them food. But to confirm, or understand? My enemies are the ones that are going to benefit from my funeral. I'm not going to benefit. I'm not going to be there. So give me love now, Coco. We had it, but my granny, the lady I work on a podcast, most of the time, but at the end we always agree on something. Even though she didn't buy the bed, but she told me one day that when I passed my matric, I'm proud of you. For the first time, she said to me, "Now I didn't like your music because next time I go scafe school because school. My granny threw pile out ka grade 1. Ube tile ke menera abuja menero tsamo beta msadi yago. Then bamraka school." So, and she used to advocate for me. Because nekele troubles. I remember grade 9 kile ka roga meniere ka re ke stlaela. Nandra ile ka loto ke re onra mo ba pele abanyana o khatsha abanyana le mogala. Meniere after ke methile ba bitsa magogo. Magogo na phela ra moliseng. Slong aka fetsa school. Ba mpitsa di Saturday class ke not Saturday ke re ke excited ke ke mmereko nkodi ya chelete. A ke tlo Saturday na ke to school. Magogo ara she wanted the freedom for me, but she wanted the best. So mental health so many times. Last time number 8 go deep sleep.
When was it?
The year the time rikitima ko park ya number 8. Yeah. That year kile ka tsela panta ke rai.
Panta.
Yeah, no, not le panta, ntho ya mhlagas, thapa mhlagas. Cable am mhlagas. Ka ke goka ka yona ntwana ya ngwathea go ceiling
hai wena
ka betha fase ka le ra wa le ra wa lena le rapo ne ke sa tsore le a thimela And Tana Pinikil and Kayokara, never.
Never ever.
I'll never.
So you will never ever try to commit suicide again.
But trust me, this year I tried again after a terrible breakup.
Lalas.
After a terrible breakup, Ntwana like, neke morata ngwana le ngwana.
Lalas, no.
But now, no, Ntwana, you won't
Lalas,
understand.
this year, 2014, 2024.
Rekawane ka December. But
December
we
2023.
Yeah, we were just acquaintances. Not really. We were just talking. Even she took me out like a birthday 31 December, but we were apart. The pain, Joe. Like the fact that I'm exposure to true love. Understand? I didn't know what true love is until I dated the lady.
Why did you guys break up?
It was toxic. It was toxic. I developed a certain personality disorder called narcissistic personality disorder. So people with that personality disorder, they do not know how to receive love, even if it's genuine love, because they can't love themselves. So I wasn't loving myself. So how is it? So as much as she loved me, I didn't love her right at some point. And it became toxic. She had her own problems, her own things she's going through. I had the worst and I exposed, and the time that she needed me to be there for her emotionally, that was the time I was breaking from my own things. But the thing is with us, people with narcissistic behavior, a lot of people will relate to this. We are manipulative. We can start an argument out of nothing and make you feel like you are wrong. If I apologize, I don't apologize for you. I apologize for me. You understand? And I was stingy in the relationship. I didn't know when it was my time to provide. Also because I had financial issues. So most of the time I was broke. And I was a burden to her at some point. You understand? But I tried. There was a time where I did special things and all that. That stuff that I'm proud of. But it wasn't enough compared to what she gave in. But now I know better. Unfortunately,
you can't go back.
I can't go back. Liana, she won't come back. No, she had so much of. Yeah.
Are you now in a relationship?
Kidiango relationship. I can now go relationship. Kira podcast. I think this year.
What's the name of your podcast?
Kasi and Cover. I work with Lee, my sunflower. Yeah, it's actually no. No, when you go serious relationship. No, and a lot of people think we are, because maybe you see how I post Lee most of the time. She's my sister, man. We just have unconditional love. You will confuse it most of the time because it's not an ordinary. You understand? We developed a very great bond, and yeah, me and her we just close. And we there's no such in Donna. We are partners.
Next.
No. For content. Content. Anywhere else. I don't remember me and myself. I mean me and Lee. I don't remember that. I don't do that with my female friends though.
How many do you have female friends?
My friends, most of them are females. Because you know what? Really positive and negative. Positive and positive, dear Judan. I get chilling in my Jitan.
Lalas, you actually covered everything. The only thing that you didn't cover is black text. You covered, I had questions for you about trauma, childhood trauma, family background and upbringing, toxic relationship abuse and heartbreak, relationship, music and broke. Like, so black text. You feel like I'm black text.
I don't think anything. What is the black text? Oh, look, not black text, I ain't affect anyhow. Because you know what? The way I raised myself, I'm telling you, I was a father and a mother to me since my aunt passed on in 2008. You understand? Until now. I was homeless at some point. I was staying in a church. Go Deep Salute number 6. I had no place to buy pizza because niggas no access to water, niggas no diaparo. Kile ka ipona namaro a itse keng ko botse nthongwe le horeng ka tseba hore you want to ask me this, but I will tell you even if you don't ask. You understand? Poverty is a choice, ntwana. Poverty is a choice. Not having money, it's not a choice. But being poor is a choice. Because poverty is in your brain. I understand. Because even if I was staying there, I had an option because already people are calling me nyaopes. While Kisatsubi nyaope. But I look at the people that the people now are helping. They are not even helping. You are not helping a nyaope person. When you take him into the street and take him to rehab, that's the system to make us fools, to make the drugs to sell even more. If you destroy the rehabilitation, we don't have place for nyaope people. If the nyaope people know that, can I ask you something?
Yes, you can interview Lalas.
Okay, now I want to ask you something, right? Now I want to ask you something.
Ask me.
When you are in ownership of unlicensed gun, are you not a criminal? Are you not performing a criminal offense?
You are.
You are, right? You get arrested for unlicensed gun.
Yes.
We should be arrested for a licensed gun. Yes. Can I ask you something?
Yes, you can.
Do we have legal and illegal substances?
No.
The drugs? Drugs?
No.
I think we do. Because what or why? Because they will say this bring a drug.
Exactly.
They will say
Panado.
So yeah, the paracetamol.
Oh yeah, those
yeah. So
in fact, the drug.
Yeah. So illegal like retail clinic. Telling we get clue the reka go store, but we berekisha for the but someone will use it illegal use. Right? So I want to show you something. There's legal and illegal substance, right? So if somebody is using a glue for shoes, he's using a substance that is legal. But if he uses it to smoke it, he's using a legal substance for illegal use. If it's illegal, you have to be arrested for it. People used to get arrested for Zolo. Paje, Mushwangwa Matuba Mutaru Mutalawa Jamaica. We used to be arrested for Dahager. Now they decriminalize it. But if you have big quantity of it, they would still Bautwa. Right. So good. Nah, I don't have a problem with it. We are past it. Now, if the person selling drug is a criminal, why is the one smoking drug not a criminal? Why do you treat them like victims? They are not victims. They are using, where did they get it? Why the drug? And then you come here, you pamper them. Those people gave up on life. They are using illegal, the thing, if they know how the Nedi podcast is in the studio monitor, there's a condenser microphone, they will come and take these things. You heard me, I said monitor. I said condenser. They don't even know what is this. They will just take it and say, Braga ya regisha, o regisha died. King died, I get died. Died in yellow horingira mutomu appeal every day. Baya baitia boreka illegal substance. Illegal. It's like using illegal gun. And then then somebody comes like me and say, I need help in my music. Now I look clean. Should I look like a nyaope for you to come and help me? You understand? And these are some of the things that cause us depression. These are some of the. So tabatabudi plektex nkarato bua too much carton, but I'm not affected because I learned how to be selfish. You understand? How to be selfish and think for me before I think for you. Then when I think for me and you, then I'm no longer selfish. I'm caring, I'm loving, I'm sharing. You understand? But plektex, I told my granny that nobody's gonna text me Gijilema Zambani for the rest of my high school life. Nobody's gonna text me Kirobetimo on the floor for the rest of I said double bed. Get double of a double bed. Because I azanga karobala ko single bed. Horror ki deserve more. Can a lot drop the paid by choice. Na lot drop ali can a lot drop ali apar. Kiavereka. Understand? Kiavereka very hard. And I call it challenge. Maroko watching tan na chaleta gana gaija. No agana selo. If you cheka Uber, ya go high ga go wela deep slute samanyor. Anata fedile chalete gejil. Go roleng weka Monday at part time go ija. Bile go ija la na mo ge rolang hon. If you reka sport or go with a new account. So the text I only text myself kadi account. I don't get the black text. But the text is black, is blue, that's one. Linear text and government is scam. Because gichelete lo horingi if like a ram cover one tato mwa to tamwa to robocho remove hotel. iya ka tax ka re tax ke ne o tshwarisha motho a ya go drungu o ja yona tax yao o ja nkane go drungu o patela ke wa utswetsa wa mo fepa le go drungu wa tshwana tax I make sense it's nonsense tax is a way o lebelle the way by exposing a black person when he's nahana how many people bana le business ba sa pataling di tax wa understand because they invest in properties and what and others ba donate go di kerekeng just to be safe and what di kereke di bitsuwa di NPO di NGO it's no longer to serve God it's all the system ya go dira gore motho montsho a phela patela and that's why you call it a black tax wa understand all the tax is nonsense blue tax black tax red tax white tax le red tax e ba go ke tax ya magolo
non-tonto
yeah ke di nonsense ke no rentso yeah.
Okay, Lalas, I think now we just have to wrap up, but definitely one day I'll have you back on the podcast so that we can actually share this because I feel like there's just a lot that you have to say. There's a lot that you want to vent. So I'm definitely going to invite you over again.
I appreciate that.
This is a Nedi podcast. I am Miss K, the very big fan of the fake name, aka DJ Kirikut. Samara,
Lalas Kholo at Lalas Kholo on every social media platform. At Lalas Kholo. Ke nam thagola irang di video tša tiele tša ngwana mma kwa TikTok. Ale mpone ga botse ke gape ke jele ka lezaza le la go ba le sleep wa kushish la black tax. Yeah.
Samara re fetsa bia o gopola subscribe to our YouTube channel Nedi Media ke mo lona le re khomana gona.
Danko, Nikita, Moshka, Toshka, Torontela, Moshka.
Yeah, old time, just a beautiful time. We all right, trying to live a good life. Meets came making us wanna go wide. Yeah, Nedi podcast. Yeah, we all right. Showing up the talent of the real dogs, right? Every nigga on the podcast so wide. Every girl on the podcast so fine. Yeah, let's go wide, subscribe, make sure you stay live all night. Cause we tryna get them all on me, whole time. Ain't nobody gonna stop us when you shine bright. Nedi podcast, what you wanna hear, it's what we gonna give. Nedi podcast, what you wanna hear, it's what we gonna give. Nedi podcast, what you wanna hear, it's what you gonna see. Nedi podcast, what you wanna hear, it's what you gonna see. Yeah, bam bam, bam bam, Nedi, 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 bam bam, bam bam, yeah, bam bam, bam bam.
But to make you tell lies. But don't be scared, we just on the same side. In this podcast, we don't live a double life. Camera's all life, it's a taste of real life. You can sip more wine. You can bring your wife. Never be afraid when the screen on light. Looking for the keys, they can steal your shine. Nah. What you wanna see, what you gonna get. Yeah. Nedi podcast. What you wanna see, it's what you gonna get. Yeah. Nedi podcast. What you wanna see, it's what you gonna get.
Nedi podcast, what you wanna hear, it's what we gonna give. Nedi podcast, what you wanna hear, it's what we gonna give. Nedi podcast, what you wanna hear, it's what you gonna see. Nedi podcast, what you wanna hear, it's what you gonna see. Nedi podcast, what you wanna hear, it's what we gonna give.